This hits me twice. This hits me twice. Hi everybody and welcome back to BTS Monday. Now the song we're going to start, well, so not the song we're going to start with, but the documentary we're going to start with today is the BTS Spring Day music video Explained. It says Seawall Ferry, Snowpiercer and Survivors. So I imagine this is going to be some sort of maybe a sad event in history or something. I'm not sure. I don't know what it is. I don't recognise the names of anything. But I mean, everybody said before checking out the music video, always watch the documentary first when it's such an important song apparently. And this one, the army told me to do either the Italian video or the Bulletproof series. The first one that came up in the search was the Bulletproof one. So we're going to watch the Bulletproof one today, and then the second video will be the actual music video, so we can get some sort of insight into what the music video symbolises. Now, before we jump into this reaction, if you do actually like my videos, then please consider hitting like and subscribe, and a link to this video will be down in the description for anyone who wants to check it out by themselves. So without further ado, let's get straight into BTS Spring Day music video Explained. Let's go! This music video is a tribute to the Seawall Ferry tragedy. Right, okay. Wow. Here, Taeyong is feeling survivor's guilt, the guilt of having survived while his friends have passed. Many people who have lost their loved ones often feel like committing suicide themselves so they can meet their other person in the afterlife. That's really, that's sad. That's almost like PTSD, isn't it? I mean, oh my God, putting his head on the train tracks, hoping a train's going to come. I think that's what he's depicting there. Wow, okay, this is going to be a sad video, isn't it? Feels guilty about surviving. I came out this live, but my friends didn't. Wow. Jungkook is a survivor. He was on the ferry. Is that what they're saying there? Jungkook was on the ferry and he's a survivor. Wow. Jimin goes back to the sea to reminisce. Yeah, we haven't seen the music video yet. Wow! See, that's a reference I would never have picked up in the video once I've watched it. I mean, I'm going to know that now. That's, little things. This band is so... I'm getting chills. This band is so thoughtful. All the like I say, all the baggage up on the shelves or the overhead compartments to symbolise people who've lost their lives, and it's obviously a fitting tribute to an awful event in history. I knew nothing of this ferry disaster until until checking out these videos, and it's to know that it lies so close to some of the members who's actually experienced it and got out and survived. I mean, crazy. That's unreal. It is widely known that the Korean government has been heavily criticised by the way they handle the tragedy. The media didn't report the full truth. The families kept in the dark about what happened. Wow. Okay, so a bit of a cover-up. I can understand that 100% because obviously I'm a Liverpool supporter, and we had Hillsborough, and everything was covered up about the way that that event in history was run. But obviously, we're not here to talk about that. I can relate. I'm just saying I can relate to when the media and the governments cover things up, and it's shit. It's shit. Everything should come out as what happened, so people can have closure. It's not right. did that newspaper say? Oh. Pain and anger in South Korea 2 years after the Sewol ferry disaster. How the Korean media got the ferry tragedy all wrong. Oh, I'm interested in this now because I hate it. I hate it when there's a miscarriage of justice, like I say, when they don't tell you what's going on. Most tragically, the captain told the students to stay in their spot instead of evacuating. Most of the students drowned, while the captain and many crew members. Oh my God! Fucking hell! There's no words. In the lyrics of Spring Day, REACTOR mentions Snow Place. Snow Place is a movie by the Korean director Jun Hoo Bong. The movie takes place entirely on a train. The movie symbolises human society, where the people in the front of the train, the upper class government, treat the tail of the train, regular people, in an inhuman way. That's a very similar story to the depiction in the film Titanic, where you get the upper classes trying to get up off first, and you got everyone lower down, who's the the middle classes and lower classes, etc.
Belong to the front. You belong to the tail. Know your place. Keep your place.
I want to watch that now because I want to, hierarchies and people who think they're better than other people. People who judge are usually the people who need to be judged themselves, and that's what that film looks like. I know, I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. I know a lot of people say I like it when you pause the videos and get the insight. Some people say stop pausing, but do you know what? On any of these BTS reactions that I do, nobody says don't apologize. Don't not pause. People want to see the insight, and I can see that. I can see why that is. I believe this references a criticism to how younger people and ordinary citizens in South Korea are expected to always follow orders, even if it means being oppressed by authorities, hierarchies, just like what happened to the students on the ferry. I can't believe that bit. I can't believe that bit. Looking after number one. You lot stay there while we get off. That's shit. In the Snowpiercer movie, one guy finally decides to revolt against the injustice and he sets out towards the front of the train to confront the owners, the government. And here, well, they don't call him Rat Monster anymore, he's Real Me, isn't he? He's doing the same thing. Right. Omelas is the name of a fictional town. It's from the book The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. Is that like escaping death? Synopsis for the book, The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas, is the story of a utopian society whose survival and happiness depends on the suffering of a child. Oh, fuck me. Whoa! That's going back to the people getting off the boat and leaving the students on board, isn't it? In short, it's about someone's happiness and prosperity means someone else's suffering. There are those who ignore the suffering and stay happy because ignorance is bliss, and there are those who walk away from it. It fucking says what it is there. Selfish people. Looking out for number one. Sorry. Here, Hobie Sugar represents citizens of Omelas. Omelas is full of people. There's no vacancy, so they're outside in the cold scenario. Good. What a shot! This scene mirrors a scene in the Snowpiercer where the main character reaches the middle of the train and is attacked by people who would not let the rebels through. Although it looks like a fun scene, it's actually not. Which is obviously, and there's a scene in another video that I did with the Snickers, and I said he likes a lot of Snickers, and then somebody said that's a very sad meaning, so I need to delve into that as well on a different video. But you know, maybe they make it look a bit light-hearted so that the video is more politically correct to show on the TV, if you like, so people can watch it, and some people who don't understand what it's about can just say that was a good music video. You know what I mean? Wow, it's so deep. So deep. Again, people trying to bring you down. Jim represents the one who have passed away. He looks up at all the others who are climbing up, growing up, while he's stuck at the bottom of the episode. What a fucking analogy that is. What an analogy. To be stuck at the bottom, everyone's climbing because they're all growing up because he's died. Man, this is very, very deep. That scene has so much meaning. So the next scene is about the survivors going about their normal lives, doing usual grown-up stuff. Yeah. This up-and-coming laundry room scene is a very meaningful and important scene. Why? I really want to know. And you know, I can't believe how much, I wouldn't say research, I'd say how much these guys have packed into one video. I've not even seen the video yet. And already there's so much in the video that means so much. And every time, and when I see the video now, I'm going to be picking up on every little detail and know what it's about, which is crazy. I've never done that before. I've always reacted instead of getting the explanation first. Fighting Back Tears, an 18-year-old boy who spoke of the survivors, said, "Grown-ups are constantly telling us to forget and cheer up, but we will remember and recollect our friends, because not forgetting them is what we can do at best. Just as we will remember them, please don't forget them." You shouldn't forget the people who you've lost. Do you know, I thought that I was going to say that. As soon as I seen that pile of clothes, then I thought, oh my God, that's going to be the amount of victims and whose clothes they're not going to claim, or luggage they're not going to claim because they died on the ferry. You know, this is quite an hard watch. Sorry, I know I'm pausing a lot. When Christian Boltanski proposed an idea for the art installation at the Park Avenue Armoury 2010, no one expecting to use so many clothes sitting at the centre of an expansive installation was 40 foot tall and the mound of clothing flanked by an industrial crane. Wow. No Man's Land highlights the depth of the human condition and the human condition. Look at that. Look at that. In 2010, an artist named Christian Boltanski held an art installation, a 40-foot tall mountain pile of clothes, and each piece of clothing was deposited on top of a mountain pile, symbolically carrying the souls of those who inhabited the clothes to a higher place. This might have been the inspiration for the clothes. It probably was. Wow. Wow. That has so much meaning, doesn't it? Justice, yes. And that scene there where everyone's going about the day, running fast, and they're stuck in time because they've not got justice. The yellow ribbons behind are similar to the Seawolf Ferry Yellow Ribbon campaign. Okay, so I know that now as well. So yeah, obviously time stands still for those people who've not got closure, not got any justice. Oh my God, this is harrowing, this video. Not in a negative way, I mean in a almost tribute way. Jungkook finally wakes up and runs in the same path as Rat Monster to seek justice for what happened. God, sticking together, camaraderie. Getting to a place where you can't get in, out in the cold. Liverpool, I just got chills. Whoa. I just got chills when it said "You'll Never Walk Alone," because that's obviously the song for Liverpool, and as well they play it for the Justice for the 96 and everything. Well, 97 it is now. Whoa. This hits me twice. This hits me twice. The scene symbolises even if justice is done or achieved or not achieved, what's done is done, dead will not come back to life. Yeah, that's the reality side of it, but you still want the closure, you still want the people who messed up, the people who covered it up to pay for that mistake so it never happens again. And then people who jumped off the bus have to tell the ferry have to tell those children to stay where they was. Still can't get over that bit. Yes. Always have them in your memories, 100%. Hey, Jungkook striking a match is reminiscent of the scene in A Little Match Girl, an old fairy tale where every time she lights up a match, she sees her loved ones who have passed away. Okay, so it's positive, coming from a negative. If in the previous scene, he was alone, but after striking the match, he has everyone around him. As the collective. Yeah, again, this giving me goosebumps, this. No, bro, I will when I watch it. The closed pile outside the train symbolises how the dead is outside of the world being the train. It's a gloomy sight. There's so much packed into this video, isn't there? I want to watch it. I can't wait to watch it, but not for the way that you'd think. You want to see the tributes. You want to see... It's a very, very sad situation, but you want to see the tributes and you want to understand it fully, don't you? By watching the actual music video. I mean... wow. Yeah. In the snow pacer movie, the humans are stuck living inside the train because the world outside is completely frozen. It represents how many of us are stuck inside a society, our government that is oppressive, no way out. 100%. 100%. Every country. No, nobody is excluded from that. There's a Korean guy who suspects that there's a possibility of life outside the train. There is a way out the oppressive system. Find it! I want to watch that film. He saw a snowflake enter the train for the first time in many, many years. Snowflakes would not be able to form if the temperature is sub-zero or frozen. So he realised that somewhere outside the Earth is slowly warming up again. And that is, there's hope for survival outside, and that is what this band and what this whole experience is there for. They spread hope, they spread positive messages. You know, these guys, they're probably the epitome of it. They're probably the most They're probably the best at it, spreading, from what I've seen, spreading the hopeful message is BTS, and the whole setup behind them and the backing from their CEO and everything is probably the best, most collective, with the ARMY as well, most collective I've seen as a family in any musical industry, if you like. Everything's good again. Here, Jimin steps out the train out of the oppressive system that the society and the government had tried to downplay with the tragedy. He invites us with him. The government downplayed it all. I've heard that so many times with so many different tragedies. Good. Good, because when you see a tree, it's grown from the roots up, isn't it? And that's the symbolisation of the you have a family tree. Everything about a tree is positive, hope, etc. Yeah, spring day when the tree flowers, or the trees that, well, the leaves fall off in the autumn and winter. In the spring, that they come back, don't they? So again, spring day, it makes a lot of sense. Yes. I've seen that in loads of films. Hanging the shoes is obviously is a tribute to someone who's died. I've seen that. Normally it's over the cables that go across a street in towns or whatever. But obviously in this one it's on the tree. Just as we cannot forget them, we ask that the citizens of this country also never forget them. And I don't think ever anyone will. The only people who try to forget them are the ones who try to brush it under the carpet. And, wow, that was very, very harrowing, as well as giving you an insight into what goes on in these guys' heads when they're tributing videos to those people who've lost their lives in such an awful event. And then it hit me twice with the "You'll Never Walk Alone" stuff because of my own football team and stuff, where 97 people died. Again, a big cover up by the police in this country, etc. We didn't get justice for years, I think it was 30 years. So, whenever this ferry disaster happened, I hope either the justice has been served now or it's in the process of, because, you can't cover it. You need facts. People need closure, and people who's not directly affected by that, who's in power, don't understand this. And because they don't understand it, they just live like they said in that thing, they lived a life, ignorance, pretending it's never happened. And you've got other people there still stuck in reality, can't move on with their life. Everyone's doing stuff around them, they can't move on with them because they've still got this niggling information that they can't get. They don't know exactly what's happened and why things are being covered up, and that's why people need closure. What a harrowing video that was. But I mean, it makes me want to watch the music video more, for the simple fact that I want to pick up everything that they put into the video, all the Easter eggs and stuff. But yeah, thank you for telling me to do this. It's very, very different for me to do the meaning of a song or a video before actually doing the video. But I mean, the insight there was incredible. Anyway, if you like my videos, then please hit like and subscribe, and I shall see you guys on the next one.